And speaking of things that there's a lot of things to learn, I'm guessing you've had some experience with the dual crop. Harvesting dual crop is probably one of the most complex things that I just don't have a grasp on. Could you touch on that briefly? I don't know if this year we're tackling that here locally, but maybe just a quick 1,000-foot view on what that might look like.
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, and just for my sake too, I got probably about another 5 or 6 minutes. Actually, I have another appointment, unfortunately, but I'll get through this, no problem. So what we're finding here in Canada is a lot of the decorticators are having issue with the dual crop aspect, because we have our straight cut headers. So we're taking whatever it is, 30 foot or 40 foot of material through the combine. It's raised to maybe 3 or 4 feet high, just taking the seed heads off. So that goes through the crop. That straw that goes through the combine is essentially goes through the first part of decorticating. Like as it crushes between the cylinder and the concave, or the rotor and the concave, that's, you know, roughing up decorticating. But it all at the same time, it kind of ties everything together. So some of the processing plants here will ask that you drop that straw individually, like don't chop it through your straw chopper in the combine, just lay it down, and then the fiber between, so actually getting a smaller swather, maybe a 25-foot swather, and swathing only the standing stalks that are there, because as that bale is being unraveled prior to the material going into a decorticator, a lot of times that stuff that's gone through the combine, again, is interlocked, and it just keeps coming and coming and coming, and that's what causes the issues with the decorticators getting plugged. So again, it's just, you know, not research, but just the discussion that you have to have with your end use buyer. Is that something that their decortication system can handle? So it's unraveling that bale, making sure that everything is fed uniformly into the decorticator, and it does a good job. But that's you know, that's just been one of the sticking points for that. So that's kind of the issue with it, Kelly. There's no problem taking the grain. I mean, we've got some varieties that are 10 feet tall. You take 1.5 feet of the seed head, so you've got 8 or 9 foot left the stubble. All that is certainly usable fiber for that dual purpose. But again, I tend to try to, you know, if you're after the grain market, concentrate on that grain market. Get a variety that's short enough that you're not going to have harvest issues. If you're after the fiber market, maybe go for a fiber variety and not worry so much about the grain. Like pick one of them and do a hell of a good job at doing that one. And if you can get some extra cash, like, and Ben will comment on the carbon credits, we're still figuring a lot of that out too. I'd love to be able to listen to what you have to say, Ben, but I'm going down the same path here, where this will be the first year that I'll have my field of hemp registered for carbon credits with an organization that is monitoring it through satellites and blah, blah, blah. It's really fascinating, but and interesting at the same time.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Jeff. Jeff Kostuik with Verve Seeds.